And we are live, so go for it.
Hi everyone. Am I there?
Yep.
Okay, thank you. Hi everyone. Today Amanda and I are going to be talking to you about CamScanner app. First, I want to give you a quick overview and introduction about CamScanner and just what it can do. So generally, it's a wonderful tool to manage all of your documents. You can keep all your contents, and CamScanner can also automatically sync. So there's over 60 million people users worldwide, and more than 6,000 educational organizations from 200 countries use this app as well. Educators around the world can upgrade this to digitize, to sync, to share, and manage various contents to all your devices. The best part is that you can actually scan directly to your Google Drive. And basically that's what we're going to be focusing on today, Amanda and I, because the Google use in the classroom is really our focus. So you can sync documents in real time on multiple devices, all to your Google Drive. You can scan those documents or actually artifacts, and you can share documents with collaborators like other teachers or students. So Amanda's going to be sharing a few links about CamScanner's app, and that way you have a little bit of knowledge about it. So what platforms can we use with this CamScan app? What is it supported on? You might ask yourself. So you can download the CamScan app onto many devices. Android is one, iPhone's another, iPads, and Windows Phone 8. So you can really use it on multiple devices, and it's really streamlined. You have a basic account, and scans can be accessed from CamScan through the web browser up to 2 megabytes, and it can be saved in JPEGs or PDFs, which is great. For a nominal fee, you can get the premium account, which allows you to upload to Dropbox and also use Google Play Store along with that, which is great. So Amanda is going to give you a step-by-step tutorial of how to use the CamScanner app. She's going to send you that link, and she's actually going to show you exactly how to use the CamScan right now in real time. Enjoy.
Thanks, Joanne. So, as Joanne said, I'm going to be able to access my screen for my iPhone 4S, which is an iOS device. I'm going to show you how CamScanner is visible on an iOS device and the different features that it has, as well as how you can directly upload any document to your Google Drive. So I have to get my screen up and running. Should be occurring right now. Air service is the... So right now is my main screen, and as you can see in the bottom corner, I have the CamScanner app, which is going to load right now. Now, I've been using CamScanner since about 2012, 2013, and a lot has changed since I've been using it. And in a basic account, when I first used it, the basic account allowed you to upload documents to your Google Drive as well as a few other cloud-based storage programs. But as Joanne said, now you need the premium account, which allows you to access to Google Drive as well as Dropbox, Evernote, and even OneDrive. So obviously, if you are new to CamScanner, you would have no documents, but because I've been using it for a little while, I have some archived documents here, and some I'm going to show you. Now, there are a few features. If you look at the top left-hand corner, those little tabbed lines, That sends you to a screen that shows you your username, which is an email account that you would be accessing, your docs, any documents that have been shared with you, any documents that you've tagged for certain reasons. It tells you the type of account that you have, so I have the premium account. You can link to your cloud space, and in your settings, this is where you would make sure that you have authorized access to any one of the cloud storage programs, such as Google Drive, Evernote, or Dropbox. You need to make sure that those accounts are authorized before any type of uploading can occur. So on your main doc screen, you have these 4 icons at the top in the teal. One of them is the search bar, which allows you to search through keywords for a certain document that you've named. You also have the ability to view your documents in 2 different layouts, as I'm showing here. Then you also have the ability to order your documents based on the last time they were created or the most recent time they've been created. As well as if you wanted to upload several documents at once, that check box at the top allows you to select several documents at once, but we're not going to be doing that right now. And if you see in the bottom right-hand corner, you have this tiny little circle, and it allows you to have access to your camera album from your iOS device, as well as any cloud storage documents that you have. Now, we're at the point where I need to upload a document. How am I going to do this? Well, very simple and very easily. You have the camera button there for you. And I'm going to click on it, and I have here a piece of work by one of my students. We're learning about the American Revolution, and I gave them an assignment to write a diary entry as either a patriot or loyalist. So you see that my student burned some of the edges, and it's a great piece that I want to add to, say, an virtual or electronic portfolio for my student. So I have the ability here to CamScan it. I try to use a blank background. It can be dark or it can be light. And you see here I have the ability to take a single photo or a batch photo. A batch photo means that if I have multiple pages within one scanned document that I need, I would swipe over to the batch, but because I'm only taking one picture, I'm going to stick to this single. So I'm going to capture my image, and immediately my image is going to be loading. And what's great about CamScanner is that it tries to automatically find the edges to your document. So here, it basically did it for me. If I needed to maneuver it around and I wanted to make sure those burnt edges really got into my scanned document, I would maneuver those. I have the ability to rotate, and once I feel like I've captured the image appropriately, I press my little check button. Now here, if you're familiar with apps such as Instagram, there are different filters where I can stick to my original filter. I can lighten up, maybe do a black and white or a grayscale, but I think the original is what I'm going to stick with. Again, I have down at the bottom the ability to rotate if I forgot to prior to checking off my image. The ORC, that little middle icon at the bottom of your screen, what's really interesting about that is that it will scan your document, and any text that it finds, it'll save later for you to search. So say you're uploading an article and there are a few key phrases that you want to keep in mind. It allows you to save those for a later time. You have a few more filtering options at the bottom, but I think I'm ready to save my image. So my image is automatically going to pop up, and the first thing that I'm going to do is rename my document by just clicking on the title, New Doc. I'm going to exit out, and I'm just going to label it Writing, and Social Studies is a little key for me. So from here, I can head back to my screen, and now I see that it's in my docs. But if I click back onto my document, now I have the ability, if I forgot that there was an additional page, oops, I can add it. If I wanted to import another image from somewhere else to add and merge into this document, I can import it. Now with my premium account, I'm allowed to invite people to view and share this document as well, or I can email it. But I'm going to click on the More button, because this is where our connection with Google Drive comes in. This is where I'm going to be able to upload my document. I'm going to click on that Upload button, and here I have the different cloud-based storage options that I can choose from. As you can see, the icon for Google Drive has my name because, as I said previously, I have authorized my Gmail account to have access to my CamScanner app. So I'm going to click on the Google Drive option, and I'm going to decide with either a JPEG or a PDF. I'm going to choose a PDF because it's easier for me. And now that I have authorization to link to my Google Drive account, it takes a couple seconds, but you will see that all of my folders for my Google Drive account are going to come up. Here they are. So I have folders for a Google Educator Trainer program that I'm in, for my school, past years for graduate school, but I'm going to click on the first one that says CamScanner Documents. It's going to lead me straight into my folder, and I'm going to click the Upload Here button. And very easily, sync to Wi-Fi, look right there, my document is already completed and has uploaded back to my Google Drive. Hopefully, if I exit out of my screen at the moment and send myself back to right here, as you can see in my Google Drive account, it has already been uploaded, my writing, social studies. And once it loads, here it is. Here it is for me to access directly from my Google account. It took me just as quickly as clicking PDF and clicking the folder that I wanted to upload it to, and the upload is now complete. Now, some of the practices that I find very beneficial for CamScanner is that it eliminates that middleman process of having to go to a computer and scan it into a scanning machine. I find that sometimes in my district, we have, in my school specifically, we only have 2 scanners, and to find the time to get to the computer lab or get to the library, spend the time logging on, scanning the document, and if I want to add it to another document I have to put it on a USB, and it's just a little time consuming for me. So I found that having the ability to upload it quickly to my drive means I don't have to leave my classroom. I don't have to spend my prep walking somewhere else, and I have the ability in probably half the time to have my document up and in a cloud storage space that I can access very easily. I also find that there are certain documents that are very difficult to scan. So for example, in our district we have an agenda for our students to write their homework down every day, as you can see up on the screen. It has a spiraling case, and that's very difficult at times to scan items such as that. So I was able to quickly take a scan of this document using CamScan and was able to upload it, and now for homework this picture is posted on the smart board while I write down their homework for the day, which I find very useful. I also found that for our district we have the option of choosing a PAC, which is a professional artifact collection, basically a way for us to showcase in our classroom what we're doing and how we are demonstrating ourselves as effective teachers in our district. And any district that has a portfolio system, CamScanner is a great way to use it. You can demonstrate different management systems that you have in your class. So to go on with our iOS device theme, this is my management system here, my iHelp system, where students are given specific jobs based on the iHelp apps that are on my screen. And it also gives me the ability to quickly upload pictures of students' work. So here, this was Hannah's work, but I also have several other students who completed the project that I wanted to showcase as well. So it's a great way to just quickly be able to open, download, and when creating a virtual portfolio, it just gives you many ways of being able to successfully add these images without the need to scan. And images that you want to include more than just an 8x12 piece of paper. And I also find that as somebody who lives by themselves, I don't have the access to a printer or a scanner. I don't have one at my home. And planning lessons on the weekend, say I wanted to demonstrate a textbook diagram that I really thought would be a great discussion point, and I want to have it up on my smart board in a file. And to wait to get to work that day and scan it, you know, is not my type of teaching. I want to make sure that I'm well prepared. So having the CamScan app allows me to take that picture, to crop it to the image that I want it to, upload it straight to my Google Drive, and then I can insert it quickly into my notebook file, which is available to be shared for my classroom that coming week. And lastly, I think professionally, having CamScanner upload to your Google Drive account is a great feature to have. It just so happens that Joanne and I are on the technology committee in our district, and I was just recently appointed to join, but Joanne's been there since the beginning of the year, and I wanted to make sure that I was abreast of all the information that had gone on during prior meetings. So I asked Joanne, in having this tutorial on CamScanner, to CamScan the most recent technology notes that I had been to prior to me arriving and being included with the monthly committee meetings, and she was able to CamScan the technology notes and share them with me very easily, so I was up to date. So when I came to the next meeting, I knew what had taken place prior and could continue forward with the group. So that's my best practices that I have to share. I'm going to hand it back over to Joanne, where she will be showing you student work and how CamScanner has allowed herself to facilitate great discussions and create a great classroom environment for best practices with facilitating classroom instruction.
Hi, everyone. Back again. Today, now at this point, I want to share with you some best practices. There are some great ways to show work that was either done by students or yourself, or save it for modeling, future lessons that I want to share with you today. So as you can see, in my drive, I have several pictures, JPEGs that I saved. I have them also on the bottom of my screen for easy access, so I'm just going to pull them up this way as well. You can get a bigger and quicker look at them. This happens to be a fourth grade assignment that I gave to the students. It was a research assignment on North American animals, and as you can see, they created, I like them to use different types of digital...
Joanne, we can't see your screen.
You cannot see my screen. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'll try one more time. Hopefully you'll get it this time. Is that better?
Let's see. Yep, we can see it now.
Okay, great. Because I see multiple screens right now, so.
So you can minimize the Hangout screen so that we can see your.
That's what I'm doing. I'm just letting you know that it's an odd thing that I never really see. You know, it happens. Okay. So here's I'll go back to this. Sorry about that. This is something that the kids did on Inspiration. It's a software that you can use on PCs, and this is an actual diagram that they created along with a Google Drive document that they created to write down all their information, to research all their information, to also include pictures, to use a bibliography. But this is the portion that was an artifact that I thought that they should save, not only to have it, you know, out on the bulletin board, but to save for future years as part of their digital portfolio. So I decided to CamScan this and save it for them. So that's one little cute and excellent application. It also gives me a way to model what I want them to do the following year in the same lesson to my new fourth grade students. Just what should this project look like? So as part of the evaluation. That's one item. Another item is a poster that the students created. This was part of a research project that they did on an election. I do this, of course, every 4 years. And they take down a lot of information in Google Drive. But I also like them to create posters and three-dimensional, you know, artifacts so that they could put them around the school in this case to really show what they're learning and understand the electoral process along with the elections. So this is another example of saving their work for future years as a digital portfolio, and also to show them and model what your expectation is. And that's, of course, group work. This is another way of showing student work. This is a writing process, writing piece that a very young student did, and I just have them save it so that they can really scaffold all their writing through time and really have a digital portfolio at such a young age, and this is where I begin. So this is at the youngest level where I have students save their work. It's great for them to look back on, especially throughout the years as they've grown and see how much they've really, really increased in writing and really just the way they present themselves. Another place where is great to use an artifact is for the professional portfolios that we were talking about just earlier. This is a way that you can show in your digital portfolio in your pack of what you've done with students, showing their work, and that way you have an actual piece that you can put on. Of course, this is a bulletin board, and save this as part of your collection. Another area that you can use is actual student work, pictures. I quickly scanned this picture that I had off my iPad, believe it or not, and I saved it so that I could in the Google Drive so that we can use it for professional artifact collections. So you can do it in several ways if you have other devices, but CamScan actually worked very easily. They're working on this project right now, and I tried it out just the other day just to get a quick run and show you an example of what the students are doing in 3rd grade. Lastly, I just want to mention 3D objects. This is an actual artifact. It's a wonderful vase. And this is one way to save something that's 3D for future use as part of an art portfolio, perhaps, to show the work that you've created through time. And that is another way for middle school especially, but you can do this really all through the ages, which is wonderful. And those are the best practices that I have, and Amanda's sharing some more links with you about this. So at this time, I'd like to really ask you and have you think about some discussion questions. So I'll put them on the board, but I'll read them as well. So these are some that I want you to think about that we're going to put on discussion board as well. Number 1, do you see any practicality of using this app to help facilitate classroom learning? Of course, we've given you some examples. Now I'd like you to tell us what you can do in your classroom. If so, how? And please provide an example. Secondly, how can a CamScanner be used amongst colleagues in educational fields? So that's one way. Just Amanda and I the other day were sharing these different types of artifacts, and just being able to do that so quickly, we could really see what we're doing in our classrooms and really gauge what we want to do next, or maybe add some things to our lessons. So what do you think? How can you use this CamScanner with other colleagues? Thirdly, do you see any practicality of using this app for your personal use? If so, how? Now, the most common app, which we really didn't discuss today, is really copying receipts, scanning receipts so you don't have to save them. That's one easy application. Of course, we're focusing on Google Drive and Google Apps for Education, but still, I'd like to see how you actually would use this personally. So, lastly, any other scanning applications you want to share with this group? So if you don't use CamScan, or you do, share that with us. But if you have other apps that are similar to CamScan that you really like, that you use quite frequently, please share them with the group. That way we have an array of different types of apps that we can use that have this commonality. All right, so thanks for watching. Amanda and I appreciate your time, and we'll see you at the discussion board. Thanks.
Thanks so much. Have a good night.
Thanks.